I reviewed concrete contractors in my area with the goal of figuring out, from a customer's perspective, why certain companies dominate and others may struggle. I'm going to call and review 3 different types of concrete contractors, the largest ones in my market, medium-sized ones, and small concrete contractors, and grade them on 3 different categories. 1 is online presence, 2 is customer service, and 3 is their overall sales process. If you stick to the end of this video, I will review all of the things that some companies did really good and other companies did really bad, with the goal of giving you action steps of things that you can do to improve your concrete company, and then other things that you should avoid if you want to dominate in your local market.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Not even the company name in their voicemail.
02.
Well, no answer. And you know what's weird is they have a different name on their Google thing. Send me the voicemail. Here is the first concrete contractor that we found. We can see that they only have 1 review on Google. They have a lot more reviews on Home Advisor, so you can tell that's probably where they get their most work. If I was a customer, I'd feel a little hesitant about hiring them. The only saving grace is that they do have good reviews on Home Advisor. We're gonna click on the website here. Let's take a look around really fast. They have some okay pictures, but a very basic website. They're also like on the 5th page of Google, so I'm gonna have to give their online presence probably about like a 3 out of 10. Hi, good morning. Did I read concrete?
Yeah, this is Hector.
Like before I got like an official quote, I honestly have no idea if I could even afford a driveway right now. How much does like roughly a 1,000 square foot driveway cost? Do you have like a rough cost?
6,000 or 7,000 for that driveway.
Roughly how long would that take for like construction? Like would I be without a driveway for like a day, a week, or like how long is that process?
You'd probably be like 2 or 3 days max, because we just pretty much tear it out in 1 day and get it ready and try and pour the next.
Okay, so for that guy, I literally think he just woke up. I'm like 99% sure he just got out of bed. And he did not seem very excited to be talking to me about my project. So I would give customer service on a scale of 1 to 10, probably like a 2 to be honest. And I feel like that's maybe even a little bit generous. As far as his sales process, I do feel like it's gonna be hard for him to sell anyone with that type of attitude and just like his overall demeanor on that. So we'll move on to the next. All right, here this concrete contractor is. They were also about the 5th page of Google, and then I'm taking a look here. They have very limited reviews, only across all of the internet, at least from what I can see right off the bat, is they only have 5 reviews. And then I'm looking here, I don't even see a website, so it looks like they probably just use their Facebook profile. Let's go check that out real fast. I'm on their Facebook profile right now. We can see that they haven't been very active, even though they don't even have a website. They don't even have a professional company email, and they haven't even been officially rated yet here. So I'm gonna have to, because of all this, I'm gonna have to give their online presence like a 2 out of 10. This is kind of crazy.
Accept solicitations. If you are a solicitor, please add this number to your do not call list and hang up now.
Hi, good morning. So I was kind of curious, do you guys do like ballpark estimates on the phone or anything?
Unfortunately, not. We have to say that.
So like even if I gave you like the measurements that I've already taken and stuff, like would your supervisor be able to just like text me a ballpark estimate by chance?
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, nice, that's awesome. Like that would be super helpful. So initial reactions with them is I would give customer service actually great. I felt like she was super friendly. She was very nice to talk to on the phone. And so I thought that was actually great. So for customer service, I would give them a solid 8 out of 10. The one thing that I want to mention though is on their sales process, before you even got a hold of like the awesome customer service representative, whoever she was on the phone, you were prompted to listen to like if you're a solicitor to hang up. And like, I don't know about you guys, but if I was a customer trying to call and I got that message, it seems a little off-putting. So other than that, I thought their sales process was actually pretty great. So because of that, I am gonna ding them a good bit, but I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 10 for their sales process. Okay, so that sums it up for the small companies. First thing that I noticed right off the bat is only 25% of them answered. And of the ones that did answer, really only one I thought had an okay sales process and the other one was absolutely terrible. So with that being said, let's move right on to the medium-sized companies. I will say he didn't answer, but he did text me right away saying, please text me.
All right, so for this company, they do have a little bit more reviews than some of the other people that we've seen. They also were a lot easier to find on the internet, but they still don't have a website, which I'm pretty surprised because these guys are actually a decent-sized company. So looking over everything, I'm gonna have to give their online presence like a 2 out of 10. They could do so much better with this.
Good morning. Great.
I was curious.
Hold on for me.
Oh, sorry, what's that?
Hold on for me a minute.
Oh,
moment.
okay. So, out of curiosity, how long will this project take, and are you guys pretty booked up right now?
I mean, right now, not at all, because we're not doing anything right now because it's too cold to pour right now, so we can't pour anywhere just because we can't pour in these temps.
Cool. No, that sounds good. That's all the information I was looking for right now. That's super helpful. Let me talk it over with my wife and make sure we're even like in that range. And then, is this the best number to call you guys back on?
Let me give you my cell phone. That way you can call me directly to my cell. This is my office number.
Sure, yeah. As far as customer service, I would give that probably like a solid 6 out of 10. They did answer and all of that, but I got transferred and like didn't really know what to expect. So from a customer's perspective, I thought that was a little weird. So as far as like customer service, 6 out of 10, the guy that I spoke to on the phone was actually pretty nice too. But then as far as their sales process, I will say he talked quite a bit and like I would say that he talked quite a bit and I wasn't really ready for that. And then he was also asking me things like if I want rebar, which if I'm a customer, I may or may not even know what rebar is or what the benefit is. So just for that reason, they're talking more about features, not necessarily benefits of what they're selling. I would give their sales process like a 6 out of 10.
For this concrete contractor here, I'm a lot more impressed. I see a lot more reviews and a really awesome rating. I see really, really good pictures, almost looks professionally taken. I see reviews across multiple different rating sites. Like for instance, I see tons of Google ones, tons of Angie ones, a decent bit of Facebook ones as well. I'm gonna head to their website here really fast. It's definitely a bonus that they have a website. And then we could see here, they have like separate service pages like driveways, patios, walkways, decorative concrete, etc. They've have a ton of content. Honestly, I think this is almost as good as one can get when it comes to concrete, but I wouldn't say it's like perfect because they didn't have great reviews for all review platforms. So I'm gonna go ahead and give their online presence like a 9 out of 10.
Thank you for calling. This call may be monitored for quality and training. Please hold while we connect you.
Very professional intro, to be fair. So my driveway is like roughly a 30 by 30, and I'm just trying to first figure out like if it's even possible for me to do it financially. Do you know roughly how much that would cost? Okay, so your guys' is like 300 square foot driveway is like 12 a square foot. You said it gets a little bit cheaper. I mean, are we talking like 11 a square foot, 10? I mean, just like a ballpark, just so I could even like talk to my wife about it. I'd hate for you guys to come out here and, you know, use your time and me not be, you know, serious about it.
So we do service that area, so how we would do it is we would just book the estimate for whenever we're in the area. You know, if I had more accurate numbers, I would give them to you. I just don't have them.
So my reaction as far as customer service is, one, they had a very professional phone service, like answer the phone, it announced Concrete Man, they answered, they were very friendly. So actually I thought their customer service was really good. I would give that like a 9 out of 10. But going into their sales process, it is a little bit frustrating for me as a customer not being able to get like at least kind of rough ballpark pricing over the phone. And also like he was telling me some information that literally didn't matter to me at all. So I felt like it was a little bit long-winded, but overall still not bad. I would give that a solid 6 out of 10. Cool, so that's it for the medium-sized companies. One thing I did take note of is the answer rate went from 25 to 50%. So like we notice as the companies are getting bigger, their answer rate is better, which is also much better from a customer experience too. So that was awesome. Also, I felt like the overall experience was just much more professional than some of the smaller companies. So let's see if the larger companies, if we notice that same trend or if it doesn't really make a difference.
All right, this is the most popular concrete contractor in my area, and it's pretty easy to see why. They have tons of reviews across not only Google, Facebook, Yelp, Angie, and all that. So like if you look at them, you can definitely tell that they've been doing it for a while. They have really great photos here. Let's go check out their website. Their website is maybe a little less fancy, but still nonetheless very, very professional. They have different service pages with lots of pictures, colors, all of that great stuff. So I would say their online presence is great. They also come out almost first with most every single concrete term. So it's pretty easy to see why they are so dominant in my local market. So I'm gonna have to give them a 10 out of 10 on their online presence.
All right, biggest company in my area right here. So I'm excited. Never called them before. If I give you guys some measurements over the phone or like texted you some, would you guys be able to give me a ballpark price on the phone?
We could give you a very rough estimate, but I can see if he's available. Maybe he could get you that ballpark now.
That'd be awesome.
Give me just a second.
Hello, this is Tyler.
Hey Tyler, my name's actually also Tyler. I was curious if you could help me out with like a rough estimate. I already took some measurements and it's like a 30 by 30.
Be like probably 6750.
6750?
Yep.
Cool. That sounds good. And then just out of curiosity, like how long would this job take? Is it like a 1 day project, a week long project? How long?
For us it'd be a day.
1 day? Okay.
We will rip it.
So right off the bat, I would say their customer service was awesome. They had a very professional person that answered the phone. Also, they had professional wait music. They got me help literally right away. So I don't know, honestly, what else they could do better on a customer service standpoint. Everyone was in a great mood. I'd have to give them a 10 out of 10 as far as customer service. And then as far as their sales process, they were very helpful. They gave me all the info that I needed. They didn't talk too much and tell me info that I didn't need to know. So unfortunately, just from my concrete company's perspective, I'd also give them a 10 on 10 on that. But this is why we're doing this video, is to learn more about what makes them so great so I can learn and improve and hopefully implement some of these things in my own concrete company.
All right, and here's the last large contractor. Right off the bat, they did come up a lot higher in Google search, so they were definitely very, very visible, so they probably get a lot of calls for that reason. But when I look at them, they don't have the best reviews and also not tons of reviews all across the web, which is pretty surprising because these guys are a huge company. But then when we take a look at their website, we can definitely tell these guys look a lot more geared towards commercial, like they also do traffic control, asphalt, etc. What I have noticed is if there's a really, really large company, they don't really need as fancy of a website and great reviews, but I will say they probably get a ton of calls literally just from being found across the internet. So I'm gonna go ahead and give their online presence like a solid 5 out of 10.
Hey, good morning, Daryl. My name is Tyler, and a rough ballpark price based on the measurements of my driveway.
What's the measurements?
It's a 30 by 30.
30 by 30?
Yeah.
And just to let you know, we don't typically specialize in driveways. Obviously concrete to concrete.
Okay. That's okay. That's at least like a good ballpark and stuff. And then I was curious, like if you guys did do that, even though it's not your specialty, like is this a long project or anything?
To do that?
Yeah.
I mean, the demo side of it is kind of always without determine whether it's typical or not typical.
Okay. All right. So initial reactions with them is one, they're obviously not geared to work with residential customers. So from like a residential customer's perspective, I'd actually rate their customer service like it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great because I felt like they weren't really a great fit for me. So honestly, too big of a company like this might actually be a turnoff for your customers. So that's a good news if you're a smaller or medium-sized company. I would give their customer service about a 7.5 out of 10 because they were friendly. They did help me right on the spot and all that stuff, and they answered all my questions. As far as their sales process, I actually would give that much lower, like a 4 out of 10. One, they were like literally double or triple more expensive than like most of the people in my industry, which there's nothing wrong with that. But they kept telling me that they basically like didn't want to do my project. So for a residential customer, actually I feel like that might have been generous. Maybe even like a 3 out of 10 is all that I would really give them for that. All right, so that was it as far as the largest companies in my area. So overall, one thing that we have to notice right away is their answer rate, again, went up from 50% from the medium companies up to 66% because 2 out of 3 actually answered. The other big takeaway is even if they didn't have the best sales process for residential customers, they were very, very professional, and it came across that way right from the very beginning. But that sums up the large companies. Now we're gonna hop into really comparing all of the positives and negatives, and then giving the best takeaways as far as the action steps of what we should be doing in our own concrete companies to get better and then move more towards that 10 out of 10 in every single level. First, I wanna go over all of the bad things that we definitely don't wanna repeat, but I made a list, let's review them together real fast. First and foremost is you have to answer your phone. If you don't answer your phone, you have a 0% chance of winning the customer's business unless they leave a voicemail, but honestly, you're just leaving that up to chance. And in our society of today, people are all about instant results. So if you don't answer your phone, more than likely they're gonna hang up the phone and call someone else. Also, with that being said, one thing that you do want to do is you at least at minimum want to have a professional voicemail set up. We did notice from the medium and the larger companies that if they didn't answer, they at minimum had a really professional voicemail set up. So that way it ensured from the customer's perspective that they were still in good hands even though the company didn't answer. All right, another really big thing is what we noticed is some of the people that answered the phone were not in a good mood. If you're not in a good mood when you answer the phone or you are not excited to talk to them, that comes off from the customer's perspective, and they are going to feel very uneasy about giving you thousands or tens of thousands of dollars for a concrete project if you're not excited to help them. Another thing that we noticed that a lot of people were doing is when I asked a question, sometimes people had a very long-winded answer. Like they would ramble on about things that I didn't really ask them and that I didn't really care to know at this very time. And honestly, it just started to like confuse me as a customer. And so that is another big learning lesson is if someone is asking you guys questions, it's not bad to explain things properly, but you do want to make sure you give a very clear and concise and friendly answer. Then the last thing that we noticed that was bad is obviously we would have never even found a lot of these smaller concrete contractors. So if you do want to dominate your local market and have a bigger company, you do have to really work on your online presence, because what we notice is from the medium and the larger size companies, they all had more reviews, they had more pictures, it was easier to find them, they had better websites. And so if you guys want to become a medium or large size company, you have to act like a medium or large size company and basically replicate what they are doing, which online presence is a huge part of that. So with that being said, if you want to do everything the correct way, basically just take everything that we just talked about and reverse it. So instead of providing, having a bad mood, all the people that had a great mood, it made me much more willing and comfortable to work with that company in general. So that's first off is like just switch your mood from bad to good and appear interested in the customer. Answering your phone, obviously we talked about that. If you can, develop a process where you can help your customers right away. Don't make them wait for any information. Make sure that whoever is answering the phone can either give your customers the information that they're looking for, or at least put the customer in touch with the right person to handle the problem. The last thing that I'll point out is instead of being very long-winded in the answers, all of the best companies, they were pretty straight to the point and direct with answering the questions, and it made the conversation so much easier and smoother from my perspective. And then last but not least, we already talked about this, so I'm not going to talk about it very long, but all of the best companies had better online presences. So again, that's just kind of thinking in reverse. All the bad ones didn't have a good online presence, all the good ones did, so it shows you how important that is. But with that being said, that is all that I had for you guys in this video. Hope you guys learned something, and I'm excited to see you guys in the next one.